Crude prices back to around $60. I was getting excited, like 57, but are still off about 17% since the start of the year. For more on this sector, let's bring in Helima Croft, RBC Capital Markets Global Head of Commodity Strategy and a CNBC contributor. Should I be hoping for 50? Maybe not. It's bad for domestics.
Well, it's bad for U.S. producers. We've already had several U.S. producers coming out announcing they're cutting CapEx. Yeah. So, I mean, it's not great for Texas. So certainly, for retail gasoline prices, for the consumer, it's good. But again, for the U.S. industry, not so much.
So we always try to say, well, is it supply or is it demand? It's never one or the other.
It's never one or the other. And it's a combination of concerns about the trade war involving China. So watch for negotiations this weekend. If it looks like we have an off-ramp in the trade dispute with China, positive for crude. Watch what's happening with OPEC. One of the reasons why we have come down in prices is we've had surprise decisions by OPEC members to start putting some more barrels on the market. So that's the supply side of it.
What's behind that?
So do you have children, Joe? You do.
I do.
So when your children sneak out at night repeatedly, what do? You ground them.
It was a while ago.
Yeah. A while ago. Maybe it's more of an Andrew issue.
We try to sneak out. No.
You sneak out.
Parents,
but you have several countries within OPEC Plus that have not been abiding by their quota. And I think there's frustration on the part of Saudi Arabia. Like, look, we're carrying the burden of the adjustment. Hey, Kazakhstan, you should do a better job of getting your production down like the rest of us.
How about Russian oil? Nothing's changed, I guess. It's always been out there.
It's always been out there, but we've talked about this, Joe, before. Like, the decision was made to allow Russian oil to stay on the market. Like, we made the decision very early on not to sanction oil. The Europeans went ahead with sanctioning oil, and then we did price caps. And price caps, I think, were really designed to keep Russian oil on the market. We really feared a multi-million barrel disruption, so they were an offset for the EU sanctions.
Iran? What's going to happen?
Well, I think this is interesting because I think there is some viewpoint diversity within the Republican Party over what a deal with Iran should look like. You have some that say Iran should shut down their entire program, ship out the centrifuges, ship out the missiles, like Libya did in 2003. And there are others who say, like, let's just do the 2015 agreement with enhanced monitoring, let them have a civilian nuclear program, and, like, cut it, call it a day, remove sanctions.
No motivation in this administration to take care of the nuclear sites. They've dissuaded Netanyahu, and that's a signature of J.D. Vance and some of these guys of pulling back on things.
I think the Republican Party is divided on this. I don't think there's a single view on this. I think you have Marco Rubio, who has been much more, publicly talking about the need for Iran to dismantle their program, talking about, maybe we should have a military strike. That's a view you've heard from like a Tom Cotton, a Lindsey Graham, a Ted Cruz. But then you do have a J.D. Vance, Tucker Carlson, young conservatives like Kurt Mills saying, like, look, America first means that we should not become involved, in a region that might not be a core national interest of the United States.
Right. So is 60 where we should be and where we're going to stay, or?
Well, I think, we need to see where we land on trade dispute with China. We need to see where we land in the Iranian nuclear negotiations, because let's say we don't get a deal. Let's say the Iranians don't take a deal. Let's say the things fall apart in that situation there. That is certainly escalatory. And you have to watch OPEC as well. Like, are we done adding barrels, or are we going to see more supply coming on in July?
What do you think Trump's telling the Saudis?
Well, I think President Trump obviously likes a lower price point. Right. And President Trump, we didn't even discuss this. This was supposed to be his first foreign trip he's taking next week. The Pope's funeral upended that, but this is the first major foreign visit he's doing to Saudi Arabia, Abu Dhabi, and to Qatar. And so the question is, like, are there going to be significant deals we should be watching for?